What's the best comeback to a "wow, you talk, you're always so quiet" response? I've posted this before, but I was teasing a coworker once about being quiet and a mutual friend of ours piped up, "Maybe he's just quiet around you because he doesn't fucking like you." We laughed about it, but I sure as hell don't tease people about being quiet anymore. You talk enough for the both of us. I had a child ask me if I ever talk and I said no, I don't talk, I think out loud. He spent months arguing with me that people couldn't think out loud. He would ask every adult he saw if it was possible and they always said yes. Quality over quantity. I just think it's funny how some people can talk so much and say so little. Care to join me? Followed by an uncomfortable stare. Maybe when I'm around you and let them bask in it. As much as we want to be defensive when people say this, the reason why they point it out is because it makes them feel self-conscious. I've never really said much more than "yeah, I'm pretty reserved sometimes." They learn that it's who I am, not a reflection of how I feel around them personally. They see I've confidently owned it, and they end up respecting that. I definitely understand the frustration though. It's such an unwelcome shift of attention and this sudden pressure. Witty comebacks just read as rude sometimes though, even though their question reads as rude to us. Start using sign language. Well, unlike you, I know when to shut the fuck up. A 10-second stare followed by just turning away. I was raised by librarians. No one plans a murder out loud. Better to keep your mouth shut and let people think you're stupid rather than open it and remove all doubt. Mark Twain. Wait, you can see me? Just start making noises. My mother would occasionally ask my father why he didn't talk more in social situations and my father would reply, "Sometimes it's better for people to wonder why you didn't say anything than to wonder why you did." Yeah, I guess I'm just not a chatty person. 9 times out of 10, when someone says that, it isn't a personal attack. They're just trying to make conversation, and they go for the only thing they know about you, which is that you're quiet, because you never fucking talk to people so they can find something to talk about with you. Honestly, as childish as it is, I often just stick my tongue out, woman shrugging. This isn't a retort, but I've often found that when a social group considers a particular person quiet, it's often because they're not listened to or spoken over in the group conversation, so they tend to stay quiet. I have a few beautiful friendships with people considered quiet by others simply because I engaged with them, gave them space to reply and listened to them. From that we realized that we had cool things in common and friendships blossomed from there. People listening to reply, not to hear and engage with what the person is actually saying, is one of our biggest shortcomings as humans. We just don't pay attention sometimes. This is the perfect question to ask to see how Redditors don't know how to socially function with people in the real world. The amount of snark in this thread is enough be labeled undesirable for any sort of social gathering. You never talk to me. Unlike some people, hint to them, I don't speak just to hear my own voice. Eat my ass, Karen. Write I am mute on a piece of paper. Convince everyone that it's true, too. Just smile. Well, if you have nothing nice to say, it's better to say nothing at all. I can sing. I do, with people I like though. I wish I could come up with some sarcastic comment on the spot when it happens, like "you talk enough for two," or "because I know how to listen," but in reality I usually just explain that I have a weak voice and am not usually heard, therefore get talked over. So I just give up on talking in general for that conversation. I'm also really shy around people I don't know. Something along the lines of empty vessels make the most noise. Legit response, i.e. not some autistic misstep or edgelord comeback which you thought of 3 hours after the fact. I was more interested in what you had to say. What you were saying was quite interesting. I didn't want to derail the discussion with tangents. I wholeheartedly agreed with the points being made. I was jotting down the ideas being expressed, so I can do desktop studies of ways to implement improvements. I get that a lot at work during 3-hour pointless circle jerk meetings I spend doodling in my calendar. I usually get told during the agenda job that I was very quiet during the meeting, and they wanted to know if I had any points I wanted to raise. I like to save my sweet voice for your mother. Yeah, well, I don't waste words. Say something once, why say it again? If they get the Talking Heads reference, they're probably okay. I prefer to save my speech quota for those worth spending it on. If you wanna convey annoyance, I would go with, well, if everyone else would stop talking, you'd hear from me more. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.